You're in the gravel pile.
Do you
You
want
gotta
him to
come
do it?
about 6 feet this way.
You got it, babe.
Yeah, babe. The trailer goes opposite to the way you're turning your wheels.
Nope.
Oh, he's now gotten deeper.
Why is this so funny to you?
It is.
There you go, babe. Straight back. Close enough.
No, it's not. I need about another this much, Mike. Well, that way you can back the trailer almost up all the way to the threshold.
Oh, I mean, he's got a good point there, actually.
I normally do.
I know you do. It's annoying.
I know.
You're right most of the time.
I hate it when I'm right all the time.
Oh, God. How do you live with him?
Let me tell you a little story about a family of four. Mom's moving too, she's moving in next door. We're going to the country to enjoy the view. Woo-hoo. The only problem is, you know, they haven't got a clue. So they're calling on the dad to build the home. Trust me when I say they can't do this alone. She's a little fancy and he's afraid of snakes. Find out if they have what it takes. Yeah.
Last time on Home to Homestead, I decided I needed some backup in the interior design department, so I hired Claire Zinneker to help me lock in some of my interior and exterior selections. While Builder Gary's been busy working on the house, I took some time to hit up the Round Top Antique Fair in search of some special vintage pieces that I can incorporate into this build. And let's just say Builder Gary wasn't too happy about what I dragged home.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think?
What is this? Why don't we make a fountain out of it?
The exterior stone has started, and unfortunately, it's not turning out quite like I had envisioned. Everyone keeps telling me to be patient while it dries, but honestly, I'm starting to freak out a little. While we wait for the stone to dry, I'm turning my focus to the inside of the house because the next phase of this home build is supposed to be the fun part. At least, that's what Builder Gary says.
Every time we drive up to the house, I'm just hoping and praying that the stone and the mortar has lightened a little bit. And it has a little, but not a lot.
The saga with the stone and the color and it's still going on. It's still going on because we're struggling to try to be able to blend multiple colors into one particular shade that has to match another particular shade. So you can see the darkness over here a little bit more than you can over here.
In the light, when the sun is shining directly on it, it looks great. But in the shade, it looks really splotchy, and I call it the giraffe house.
Leah had a certain look that she wanted, and the look is not exactly the same. It's not exactly the same for a variety of reasons. What she's trying to accomplish makes sense, except the product that we're using is not cooperating. And so we'll get there. It's just a little out of the ordinary for it to take this long and to be this controversial.
So we've really got to figure this out. I mean, it turns out that the stonemason and I just had really different ideas of what the term cream meant. To me, it meant that the stone and the mortar would all blend. It didn't mean that to him, it turns out.
Even when you give contractors the name, the manufacturing number, the serial number, all of the things that you need to give them, they still go out and buy the wrong stuff. Over on this side, they used a skim, and you can kind of see that right here, Michael.
What's a skim? What's the difference?
It's a thin coating
Of paint?
of mortar.
Oh, so
They came back and they came and added a thin layer of mortar. They skimmed over the top of it. And this,
Doesn't that look better?
It looks so good.
Yeah, it looks
This-
better. I don't know how this became so off the rails. The outside really has become a problem child, and I'm not quite sure how to fix it or what happened to make it that way.
I'll tell you what.
Oh.
And you know this. It's because you showed an inspiration photo of what you wanted. And what we've learned, and if you're building a house, have them do a sample.
Oh, yeah.
Say it with me.
Sample.
First.
That's where we went wrong.
Yes.
We needed more samples.
So everything down here can have a skim on it with a light color and tend to blend it in. The acid,
looks great.
The acid doesn't work.
Nope.
The skim is going to tie them better.
Yep.
And you can see a definitive line between non-skimmed and skimmed.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Fantastic.
It's shocking.
So we have to do the whole house,
Yeah.
and it'll look like this. It's a work in progress, and I think we have a resolve. We're going to do a skim coat that lightens it all up. it'll be a schmear on schmear, which is, I know, unusual.
I have no idea if this plan is going to work. It better work. I mean, I'm trying not to freak out. I'm trying to hold it all together. But if I have to paint the stone myself so that it blends and we get closer to what my original vision was, then I will do it myself.
Yeah. All of that, they'll wire brush the orange out of it and the whole
Oh my
bit.
God.
All right, well.
Good job.
That could very well be
You happy?
the end of the discussion.
You happy?
on
I
what
love
we're doing.
it.
You gonna sleep now?
I'm gonna sleep finally. It's only been 3-4 months.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
No,
No,
thank
thank you.
No.
Do you guys remember Cupola Gate?
Oh my goodness.
What do you think?
What is this? Do you know that it has an opening right here for birds and squirrels to get into? Why don't we make a fountain out of it?
No. After a lot of debate and much back and forth, I completely lost this battle and we had to buy a new cupola.
Well, I don't really look at it as a battle, the cupola. I look at it as prudent and the correct decision. It's not about the winning, but as I've been prone to say, if you're gonna do it the right way. And use the right product. I guess I need to add that.
That thing was gonna be on top of the room in which my babies will reside. And no, I'm not talking about my kids.
No,
I'm talking about my guitar collection.
his guitar.
And we can't have water, we can't have mold, we can't have any of that stuff leaking down into my precious pride and joys.
So they made me buy a new one.
Yeah.
But you know what I say? You may win the battle, but I'm going to win the war.
We're both gonna live here. Shouldn't we be working together?
Yeah, I guess so. When the new cupola came, it came with a very bright, shiny copper top. It was like a lighthouse shining back at you. And I knew I didn't want to put that brand new thing on top of our house that's supposed to have this old world feel. So one of the things I love about copper is it ages beautifully over time. But I don't have time to wait. It could take up to 5 years to get that amazing green-blue patina. So I decided to speed up the aging process. It turns out, just with a quick Google search, you can find lots of different ways to age your copper. And I basically picked the easiest recipe, which oddly enough turns out to be red wine vinegar and Miracle-Gro. Shake it up in a spray bottle, spray it all over the cupola until you get your desired effect. Voila, aged in 15 minutes.
So it blended the two together, and quite frankly, I didn't even know you could use the products that she was using to do that. It aged it and it colored it, and it's looking like it's gonna work out really, really well.
It aged 5 years in 15 minutes.
Just like you during this process.
Lawrence, the drywall contractor, is a character. Mom, what? This is
Yeah,
Lawrence.
you're looking good, baby.
Who's this?
Lawrence Lissy.
Lawrence,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Lawrence is unavailable, but he does have a brother that's tall. He's 62. It's perfect.
Excuse me, you're in my trash pile.
Stop.
It's a family affair over here, Lawrence.
What would I think if Lauren went out? Well, first I'd have to let his wife know. She makes the darndest cookies. I don't want to risk losing my supply of Christmas cookies from Lawrence's wife, so I would not be in favor of that.
I love Lawrence, even if he doesn't want to do smooth walls in this house. It turns out no one wants to do smooth walls in this house. Everyone seems to be so worried about the level 5 because it's hard to patch up. This is going to be an unpopular comment, but what do they do in California?
I had a lady contact me the other day on Instagram that is needing help with remodeling. Where are you from? You guessed it, California.
Well, as Builder Gary says, we don't do smooth walls in Texas. Which, what does that mean?
I like your Builder Gary impression. You know, we're spending so much time on these great details of this house that I feel like the smooth walls are super important to sort of nail this time period and also just to complement the rest of the house. It's really important to me. This is another battle, but I'm gonna win this one. So what is
No texture.
No texture, okay.
It's just gonna be a smooth wall.
Okay,
When it comes to the end of this road and they hand you the keys, we three don't talk no more.
Aw, but I like you, Lauren.
Well, then it's gonna get along real good there, Leah.
When I first met Lawrence, he referred to me as baby, which I was really offended by at first. But the more I got to know him, the more I realized like actually he's just really charming and it's just who he is. And he reminds me of my dad a lot, which is actually sort of strange.
What is that out there with, may I ask?
Yeah, it's an outdoor shower.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This one's not big enough or what?
Nope.
What, are you gonna get the whole family in here or what?
I got 2 young boys. I want to stick them out there and hose them down so they don't even have to come in the house.
Oh, okay. All right, good deal.
He is a little bit old school, like me. A handshake, a promise, a commitment, they keep them. That's the way I like to build houses.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to get this job done right. As I come in, every step is gonna be done right. When I walk out, it's beautiful.
That's right. That's what we'd like to hear.
Meeting's over.
I know. I don't want to.
Why are we here?
I don't know. You told me to have a meeting with Lawrence. Well,
Finish.
we've worked it out.
And what is that?
It's where it's always been. Level 5. I told him we want to plaster. Look. He says he feels good about it. No,
Winking at me makes me nervous.
no hand trawl and no orange peel. While everyone's been really busy working on the inside and the outside of the house, we've also been really focused on what's going on the other parts of the property. I've been listening to a ton of garden podcasts, and it's led me down this rabbit hole where I have found permaculture. Permaculture is a form of land management that focuses on regenerating the land, regenerating the soil, capturing water, and adding biodiversity to your property. Because we don't really know what we're doing, we figured we'd need an expert. So we called on Michael from Symbiosis Regenerative Systems to help us figure out what our land needs to be as healthy as it possibly can be.
So my name is Michael Wolfert and my company is Symbiosis LLC, and we are a permaculture design, build, and maintain full service company based out of Austin, Texas. We work in a 2-hour radius of Austin. We help people to define their goals, design their homesteads or regenerative properties or landscapes, all the way up to larger acreage properties. And then we help people build it, and then we help them maintain it. So we're there every step of the way. Leah and her family want to grow as much of their own food as possible, and they want to do that in a way that's beneficial to their land instead of degrading it. And so they want to be good land stewards, and they're just feeling a little bit overwhelmed with all the intricacies and all the different factors that go into that. And so Leah has hired me to help her figure it out, design it, plan it, potentially build it. We might even help maintain it. We'll see.
I'm determined to learn because I really feel so passionately about this land, this property, and about creating a sustainable future and home for our kids. So we want to grow what we eat, we want to have chickens, do the eggs, all that stuff. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm determined to figure it out.
And I've said before, we're going full prepper mode. Literally, I want everything we eat to come, well, not everything, but the majority of stuff, the majority of vegetables, the majority of eggs to come from our property, the farm we have. Yes.
Are you gonna like slaughter a chicken?
If I have to,
Yeah, right.
if the time's called for it, I will.
No way.
Yeah, I will.
No, there's no way.
I'll kill a chicken right now.
One of the first things Michael suggested is that we create barrier stone walls at the edge of the property to capture any runoff rain so that our topsoil doesn't just keep depleting down the hill. So I thought this would be a good job for the boys.
We rented a skid steer. Ford and I got out there on a Saturday and we made the Great Wall of Dripping Springs. Well, we tried. And we stuck.
I'm not sure how a skid steer builds a wall because that's done by hand. But if you're taking the skid steer and you're loading the material and taking it to a certain spot, I can see that as being a good way to get the little whippersnapper busy. Teach him a trade, let him be a masonry contractor. No, I'm just kidding, don't do that.
We brought Hank along today. Not much of a help though, huh, bud?
This is more of a mound. But as you can see, it's not quite even, and there are a lot of gaps in between the stone, and there's way more dirt than I hope, so I don't think it's gonna prevent all the water from, the water's gonna go right through.
Yeah, we need to hire professionals.
Yeah, they tried.
We have a little bit of holes in our wall.
There's no wall, honey. Things are picking up around here and the drywall is pretty much complete. So Builder Gary says it's time for cabinets. When we started dreaming up this kitchen, I knew that I wanted a really special piece to be our focal point of the kitchen as the kitchen island. So I wanted to be reclaimed and old and just something really cool. And I found it at an antique store in Fredericksburg, Texas. I'm just not sure it's going to fit.
All right, we got the trailer loaded up and we are driving through the hill country to go pick up our vintage kitchen island. And I
hope it fits.
Yeah, a little nervous. I mean, it's so fabulous. I feel like I will make it work. If I have to cut it in half and then put it back together, we'll make it work. This is the amazing Carol Hicks Fulton antique store, and I am obsessed with this place. We found the kitchen island here. We're here to pick it up today. Finn's never seen it, so I hope he likes it, but I want to show you around a little because it's amazing. All right, you've not seen this yet.
Is that it right there?
Yeah.
Oh man, I kind of like the other one better.
Stop it.
That's kind of cool. It adds like an element of color, but it's not like in your face.
It's cool as hell. Take a left. Keep going.
Well, the table is here now, and wow, that was quite the journey. We took 4 guys to get it on, and we drove it here, and backing it up to the house, well, it's never leaving. We're using the table. We're gonna use it.
Babe, what do you think of the table?
It's big.
I think Dad hates the island. I think Dad is super grossed out by anything that is old, and this table is probably late 1800s. I'm not quite sure what it was used as.
She's fretting over what's on it, what's been on it, what could have been on it. It's so much simpler just, hey Damon, build me a new cabinet, let's rock and roll.
I was told it's a French factory table. What they were making on the table, I'm not quite sure. I have a feeling that it involved mechanical oil though, just based on the way it smells, which is a whole nother problem. What do you think?
Okay, is it okay to talk now?
Yes.
I think that board over there is pretty chewed up. That's what I think.
This one on the end?
I think that is really gnarly.
I know, Finn loves, that's his favorite part of it, right?
It's called patina.
That's
Feel it,
not
it's all
patina,
smooth.
that's wore out.
That's years of love and human oil rubbing that thing. Unlike the cupola, we can't give this back, so we gotta make it work.
We can't give the
You
cupola
can't
back either. I don't know that Builder Gary likes this idea. In fact, I know he doesn't like this idea.
I'm not a big fan of that island, mainly because I think it's really kind of rough.
Builder Gary doesn't like anything that isn't new. And the thought that this thing was used for whatever it was used for grosses him out.
If you set a drink on that table right now on certain locations, it's gonna fall over.
I definitely have to clean it.
We gotta seal it too.
And I definitely have to make sure there's no lead paint on it.
Yeah.
That's important. I mean, you have to at least kind of agree that it's cool.
What?
This.
It would not be my first choice. I respect your selection, I really do. It's not gonna fall down, so I'm happy.
That's good.
And I don't have to worry about it because it doesn't leak,
No,
right? So it's just a matter now of,
personal taste. Whatever, Builder Gary might not like it, but my moms like it. My mom and my stepmom were both here, and they love it. Yaya is here today. Yaya is my stepmom, and then we've got Mom, but wouldn't you say that Dad has a type?
You think?
So we're giving her the tour today, and I'm excited to show
Hurry.
you around.
I can't wait to see it.
Okay, come help me.
okay, 1, 2, 3.
I hope to God this fits.
Jesus.
I'm in a world of trouble
Jesus.
if it doesn't fit.
So now what? Oh my Lord.
What do you think?
I think it's too big. How much is the space between you?
But when it comes to where you think this needs to sit for your cabinets to work, you are the boss. So whatever you think.
It's more about functionality.
Well, this is no function whatsoever. This is all form.
What you basically have is basically minimum walk-through space of 36.
We're good.
It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
You like it? I like it. I love it.
Who cares what the- what you think?
I love it. Do you like it?
You're going to have to be right in front of it. Open it, grab what you need. Drawer, probably have it open.
How much do you love both of your wives being here? The ex-wife and the current wife being here giving you
They're not giving me,
construction
no, they're not
tips.
giving me instructions.
You know, it's not going to move as much as you think it is. I think it's going to be
This is Southern living, baby. We're moving into the phase of this build that Dad calls the fun stuff. The lighting, the countertops, all the little details. I always thought that this would be fun. It's not fun. It's stressful. I've never had to make so many decisions in my entire life. It's a wobble.
Look at that.
Stop. Can you make it a, stop.
Man, I remember the first time we walked in here and I got emotional, honestly. It looked really fantastic to actually see the space designated, that, you know, the walls created the space and how it's going to be in each individual room. It was very cohesive. And to see that design really come to life, because when you got the framing, it doesn't really give you a spatial context. And I was blown away. Like, I'm so excited. It looks so good. I want to be here now.
Yeah, we were ready to move in, but
But you gotta wait.
just a little bit longer. I feel like Dad and I make a pretty good team. Like, I make it look cute and he figures out how to make it work.
It's like bring your daughter to work year.
I would say that this is the fun part, except that I've been second guessing all of my decisions.
She is a true trooper to be out there with all these group of guys directing traffic.
I need some backup, so Claire is coming, thank goodness. But I'm so excited about how this is gonna turn out.
Let me tell you a little story about a family of four. Mom's moving too, she's moving in next door. Going to the country to enjoy the view. The only problem is, you know, they haven't got a clue. So they're calling on their dad to build the home. Trust me when I say they can't do this alone. She's a little fancy and he's afraid of snakes. Find out if they have what it takes. Yeah.
Hey everybody, Builder Gary here. I want to give you 4 things that I think you need to think about before you go to insulation and sheetrock. If you're building a new home, do these 4 things. One of the things that I'd like to be able to bring to your attention, if I can, is the open walls when you're building a house. We go through with a video camera and we will go in every room and video everything in the walls. The wiring, the AC duct, the plumbing, if you develop a leak or if you have an AC duct that's not working right. You know where that duct is ran, you can follow it all the way back to its original source. So what I'm suggesting to you is be sure you go through every room, film everything before the insulation is, because once they put the insulation in, you won't be able to see all the infrastructure in. Document the stuff before you cover it up. Tip number 2 is to go and make a record of where your studs are and the spacing on them. And why do I want to do that? The reason I want to do that is because if I'm looking for a stud later on and I come to a corner and I know that this corner is a stud, right? Because there it is. You will be able to find that stud much more easier than poking a bunch of holes in your wall. All right, item number 3, and this is an important one. Before you insulate, make sure that your builder and your contractor has pressurized all of the water lines, because you see all these connections. Any one of them, anyone can spring a leak pressurizing it before installation in sheetrock, to me, is extremely important because I want to find those leaks now and not when you're in here on a Saturday night and all of a sudden your carpet's soaking wet. Okay, item number 4 is that if you're thinking about something that you would like to have later on, let's say another TV outlet or maybe a speaker outlet, or maybe you want to put another plug somewhere later on because you're going to add something. Do it before you sheetrock. Do it before you insulate. Do it before you tear up the walls, putting it all back together. If you wait, doing it now is cheaper, it's more efficient, and you will be able to spend a little bit of money right now up front for it and not spend a whole lot of money on it later on. And remember, everybody, after giving you these 4 tips, all of them are important. And I'm going to say to you, if you're going to do it the right way.